Good day, this is Ray. Today is Saturday, October 7th, 2023 for me. Another day of learning and growing. Hope that you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing well and staying safe. So, yeah, music's a little different for the intro. I think a little bit fitting of my mood this past week. Part of that could be seasonal change. I think a big part of that, though, was just the being isolated and not entirely sure how to deal with it. So, if you don't know my backstory, if you're just not watching this video, I was diagnosed with lupus May of 2019, a little bit over 4 years ago. And my health was in terrible shape. I was down 50 pounds from my normal weight. I was in the hospital in and out 6 times in a period of 2 years. Fortunately, the last hospitalization I had was back in early 2020 when I had a grand mal seizure and I was out for a month. And then a lockdown happened because of COVID. But, even before that, I started to separate from people. I just really keep to my own because a lot of times I was sick. And there are a lot of days when I'm not feeling good. As a matter of fact, today my hand's hurting pretty bad this morning. It started to hurt last night, and I said, yeah, it's going to be one of those things, one of those days, unfortunately. And I do feel some pain on my left foot this morning. Appetite is diminished. Had a little breakfast, through medications. But, or you don't know, back in the day I used to be a musician, a performing musician, and a writing musician. Wrote compositions, did horn arrangements, did some orchestral arrangements. Not a lot, but I did some, and music was my life. And because of that, I would actually go and perform with different bands and different configurations, and I played a lot of different styles. One of the styles I played and grew to appreciate was blues. And, playing in different blues bands, I mean, like original blues, similar to what you heard in my intro, or even, more modern blues. But, I started to understand the blues and the deepness of it. And I don't want to go too deep down that rabbit hole, but, my problems and your problems could be very similar, could be very different. When it comes to health issues, when it comes to being able to connect with people, and whether or not you're dealing with issues of isolation. So I think a big reason that there are a few reasons that I remain isolated even now. Is because I hate getting asked the question, how am I doing? Which, sounds ridiculous, but, I even hate responding to it because most of the times when I'm responding to it, it's a lie. Somebody asks me how I'm doing, I say, I'm okay. I'm doing all right. But in reality, it might be my worst day. And I just don't have the energy sometimes to explain that. And then when I walk away, when I go back to my home and I'm alone, I'm like, I've got nobody to talk to. And it's not that I don't have anybody to talk to, it's that I just don't want to lay that burden on them of what I'm feeling and what I'm really dealing with. You see my financial journey. I still got, which is about to be less than $60,000 like this month to pay off, starting from $115,000 in June of 2020. And of course, I became a first-time homeowner. I've got that debt to deal with. It's a big debt, but I have a plan to be able to pay it off. And I'm grateful to be working, grateful for all those things. But, there are times where I get sad and stuck in my head because I am alone. I think about the past relationships I had, going to have coffee and things like that, and going bowling and things like that, spending time with my family. It doesn't happen much these days. And I can't plan for things because there are times where I wake up and I just know that I'm not going to be able to go out that day. I even think I'm at the point now where people don't even ask. Like, you want to go up? Nah, I'm probably at the way bottom of their list when it comes to asking me if I want to do anything. And that's fine because, if somebody says in 2 weeks, I have time free to do this thing, I can say, yeah, I'm free to do that. But then when it comes to the day of or the day before, I'm going to have to send them a text, give them a call. It's like, sorry, I can't make it. I'm sick. And they may think I'm making an excuse, which is not the case. And it's a pattern. It's a pattern that I'm in. I hate the fact that I was diagnosed less than a year before the pandemic, before the lockdown happened. I wanted to get out when I started feeling better to get connected with groups, lupus groups, chronic illness groups, to be able to discuss these things. And I did do it virtually for a little while, but it didn't help me the way that I thought it might. What it turned out to be was there was maybe a doctor, some professionals that would speak to a group about issues related to lupus and ways to manage, but it wasn't a return conversation. It wasn't a two-way conversation. And so I didn't really get what I wanted to get out of their group. And as a matter of fact, doing this is a one-way conversation. I'm just speaking what's on my mind. And if this helps you, great. If not, definitely find another way to be able to get help and to connect. I don't have any answers to this. It's definitely something I'm trying to figure out day to day. And today I have to go out and run a couple of errands. But I'm also starting a new class. This is the second to last class on my path to get this designation, which I started actually in November of last year. And, it says it takes about 12 to 15 months to complete the program, and I'm coming up on 12 months. And then hopefully I'll take the exam, and I have one more course, and I anticipate being finished up by February of next year, maybe January. See how this last class goes. I think the last class is going to be the easier of it because it's an elective. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. I definitely ask for your prayers and continued understanding and just growth. And I hope you all are doing well. But if you made it this far, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. To find out when I post my videos. You can find me at youtube.com/@Lupus Lifestyle. Now, until next time, hope you all take care.